This is Sybert signing into General's Evolution, the total conversion mod for Red Alert 3 for this 2v2v2. We've got a 6-player game on the choke map, DEFCON 6. Hopefully, we get to see some players find some ways to break things up so that it's not just an endless war of attrition, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some super weapons to break things up. In the north, playing the green China Vanilla. This is Blues. It's not his fault. It's not. Meanwhile, playing as the green, this is Elliot, GLA Vanilla. As the red China tank, this is Atolek. His teammate playing the vanilla China Orange. This is Dimi28. Rounding us out with our only USA player, Vanilla USA. This is KING-MORA. And as mckwro playing the blue China tank. So what I mean is, I'm using Double Evil's recolor mod to make all of the teams a unified color, but it turns out that Blues, who does play blue, got green. So we're just going to roll with it. Blues is recolored to green, so we've got green versus blue versus red teams here on DEFCON 6. Now this is still GenEvo version 0.3. We've seen this map many times before. We've even somewhat recently seen a few 2v2v2s. We tend to see more 3v3s on this map, at least in the beginning, but I am kind of glad that we've got the 2v2v2s. It does provide a little bit more breakup. 3v3s on this map can be such long war of attrition, and don't get me wrong, I do like a war of attrition every now and again. I do enjoy seeing those big, huge unit battles, but that's not the only thing I want in life. A couple of technicals going to be coming in here. Atolek going to need to deal with these before he loses too many of his supply trucks. I think he's only actually lost one supply truck so far, so that's kind of fine. You do start out with 2 oil derricks, which he has already captured, so he loses 2 supply trucks. Yes, that is going to be hurting Atolek's income. That is going to be kind of slowing him down in the beginning, but it's not the end of the world. He's got these 2 oil derricks. He does also have this shared expansion with his teammate that he can take. Always garrison these bunkers. Garrisonable structures are so incredibly strong here in GenEvo. Laser lock does knock down that GAT, and well, I think this tank may actually get the crush more than anything, and yep. Ooh, a lot of friendly fire there. That Battlemaster taking a bit more damage than he would have liked. Command center getting deployed in the middle. Blues going to be deploying that command center in between the bases. Pretty common thing that we see in GenEvo is the command center in between the bases. It gives you that second build queue, and then also gives you that additional space when it comes to building your secondary economy. As the game stretches on, you want as much area as possible. And there's also a way that you can kind of stagger and dot your buildings when you're going up against a GLA player, which we only have 1 GLA player in this map. I'm just kind of realizing that it's 4 China players, 2 vanilla, 2 tank, 1 GLA, 1 USA. But when you're going up against a GLA player, they have sneak attack late in the game, that tunnel that can get placed anywhere on the map, that they have vision. So you can dot your buildings in a way that leaves very little room for the sneak attack. And that's one of those tactics that you sometimes see people do, is they will build a whole bunch of stuff right at the edge of the map so that the sneak attack can't go there at the very backmost part of your base, and sort of the sneakiest place to attack, if you will. GAT's going to be pushing down. This command center did not deploy over here in between the bases where I thought it was going to, but it does have a lot of health. Command centers do take a while for GATs to break them down. Barracks coming in, no additional defenses, but the Crusader tanks are going to be turning around, coming home. KING-MORA is going to be defending his brother mckwro there, and actually a couple of Tomahawk missiles, which I always love the contrast between how giant the Tomahawk missile explosion, how impressive and deadly it looks, and then how much damage it does. Kind of like the nuke in StarCraft 2. You know, you need ghosts, it's late game, you have to buy the nukes, they cost resources, then they smash into something, and they look reasonably impressive. Not super massive, but, like, reasonably impressive. And, what happens? Like, 3 things die. You know, Nexus takes, like, 10 damage. Looks really impressive. Doesn't actually do all that much damage. Tomahawks have a lot of that same energy as well. Supply center getting established. Fire bases as well. USA players love their fire bases. Don't require electricity. Especially important if you are a laser general. And everyone is buttoning up tight. Winter is coming. The chill is outside. It's frosty out there, and so everyone is putting locks on their doors. Ooh, a couple of Scud launchers. Enjoy seeing that. Everyone's putting locks on their doors. They are sealing everything up. They're doing the thing where you put a blanket at the bottom of the door if you have like a little crack there. Inferno cannons. Yeah, they're gonna burn down this Emperor Overlord. Bunker does get busted here on the high ground. Gat cannon is going to get busted. Okay, if you got 6 Tomahawks, they actually can chew through buildings at a reasonable speed. They're not particularly fast, but it is a reasonable speed. Iron Dragon coming in. Big bomb will land. Gets all of the Tomahawks at once. Those Iron Dragons, they weren't in the previous version of GenEvo, but they are in this one, and not many people often build them. But that is a good reason to build it right there. Dozer trying to escape from the high ground. He's like, why was I sent to the front line? Blue is attacking red. Iron Dragon lands another massive shot. It's so bright. It blocks out even the sunlight. You can't see the sun because of how bright that Iron Dragon bomb is. Black Napalm has been purchased by mcworld, and he may be China Tank, but he's going to be defeated by China Air, it seems. Goodbye to those tanks. Massive damage done by those Iron Dragons. Really solid deterrent. However, not the end of the world. Last Tomahawk will go down. Trying to dodge, but you can't. I guess it's a bit like the Auroras. What is it? The Alpha Auroras? The super weapon USA that gets fuel air bomb in their Auroras. I don't actually remember which one it is, but it's a bit like that. Scuds are here. The Scud damage. Again, it looks so amazing. Sometimes it's a little bit impotent. It's not always as impressive. The damage is not always as impressive as it looks. A couple of Raptors get just wasted out of the sky. There's no hope for them going anywhere. Team Green, they have taken over the middle. It's been a little while, and no one has really contested that. Oftentimes, we do see a team take the middle, and then another team comes in and starts smacking them around. All right, so Team Blue, they decided we are going super weapons, and I am glad to see it. Scuds getting jumped on. Gats and Emperor Overlords are here. They did kind of anthrax the top of the hill, so you have to do something. Red is moving in on green as green is moving in on blue, and it is mass Gats, so you better hope you have something to deal with the numbers. But getting up this hill is no easy task. We have seen many times before, and maybe the key is actually just a dragon tank on the high ground burning through those Gats. There's more carcasses here than actual living souls. Iron Dragons coming in. If only they would have come in like a minute ago. Black Napalm ignites the top of the hill, and the Inferno cannons keep the front line moving forward. No! No! Blues walks so many Gats into his own flame wall and ignites his own units. ECM gets ripped apart as the tank hunters now going to be breaking down that war factory. Reinforcements streaming across the map. Iron Dragons, I think, have refueled and rearmed. They're here to take down another war factory. Inferno cannons keeping the blaze burning longer and longer and longer, and this is why mcworld has a command center over there and why he's got a nuke over there. He is worried about his home being taken over, and Blues is looking to do it. Taking over the middle of the map, huge advantage, plus 29k per minute for Blues, plus 14K per minute for Elliot. And Elliot isn't even spending his money. The guy has got 26 grand in the bank, and he is happy to just hold on to it. Everyone else doing a reasonable job spending their money. Atolek, he's got like 7-8 grand in the bank. Not that big of a deal. mcword had the next biggest income at plus 15K per minute. But I think that's about to diminish. A couple of his internet centers going to be going down. I love the taking of the Civ structure as you're cleaning out your opponent's base, taking over that Civ structure just so you've got a little bit of a bunker to hang out in. Blues and Elliot, they clean up a base. If they're able to take over this base, that could be a big advantage in terms of both building area and just having access to these supply docks, having all of this area to place down internet centers to get that next wave of macros started. And, oh, the command center got found out. The sneaky command center in the corner. I thought it was going to get forgotten, and then mcword would have been able to mount the comeback. mcword still has 10 grand. Never mind, he just sold everything off, so I think he's out of the game now. Oh, no, he's got... There it is. Last building. mcword, he's got a dozer. He has to kill his dozer for him to actually leave the game. And I don't know if this is intentional or not, but when you lose or leave, you don't necessarily... Oh, he's also got a nuclear reactor over there. You don't necessarily hand your cash off to your ally. So somebody noticed that in a video, and then I double-checked it. I'm not sure if it's always, but in the games that I've double-checked, the cash doesn't necessarily get transferred to your next of kin. Sometimes it just disappears. So that, like, 10, 12 grand that you've got sitting in the bank, you need to do something with it. And this dozer will eventually get... Hey, there we go. mcworld has been defeated. And okay, I think KING-MORA did get the cash that time, because I don't think KING-MORA had 10 grand beforehand. But okay, KING-MORA calls it quits. So, in theory, Blues and Elliot, this is their game to lose. They've got the middle of the map. They've had it for a long time. Their total resources gathered far, far, far outstrips their opponent, and they should just be able to run this one down, keep the good times rolling, and push, push, push. If it doesn't come to that, well, we got Scud Storms, we got nukes coming in. 6 of them sub 5 minutes. So you got until about the 17-minute mark, and then things are going to get hot, hot, hot in their section of the world. Arty Strike gets called in. Actually, don't know where it's going to land. This would be one spot to land it. Would be also, this is another spot. EMP? Cluster mine, okay, yeah. Right next to a GAT cannon, though, so... Which, I didn't know this, but sometimes people will cluster mine a GAT cannon so that the GAT just spends all of its time killing the cluster mines, which is quite nice. That's a smart thing to do. And then they go do whatever they wanted to do. But that was clearly not that. I don't know why that cluster mine got deployed there, but it did. For whatever reason, they decided to deploy the cluster mine there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? 8 airfields? I guess I could count the dots on the map as well. Yeah, so 8 airfields getting deployed by Blues. If you were hoping to see mass airfield, well, this is it. Oh my gosh. It doesn't do anything to change the course of the game, but you have to admit, pretty neat. And Inferno Cannons lighting everything up on the high ground. Were those GATs just... No, the GATs are over there. Is he just sacrificing units? What is the play here? Seriously, what is the play? He gets the bunker. Nothing else really happens. Airfield will be deployed. What is the play over here? 3 internet centers, just line up all of the internet centers with every command center that you have, which you must have, I don't know, 6, 8 command centers. 2, 3, 4 command centers. 4? 5? 5 command centers. At least 5. He's got at least 5 command centers there. So Blues is, I don't know, just waiting. Obviously, he has to build up a ton of stuff. Blues is actually spending his 23k per minute. When you've got 8 airfields, and I assume you're building 32 Iron Dragons at once, then yeah, that does add up. Emperor Overlords could just get overwhelmed by the sting of the Scorpion, although they might get stopped by the double helixes, the Scorpions, that is. Double helixes can get shut down by the bunkers, but the Scorpions, yeah, will just descend upon those Emperor Overlords, and it is not going to be a fair fight in terms of the 1-to-1. Emperor Overlords win that, but when you've got 1,000 Scorpions stinging you, it doesn't matter how big you are. Eventually, you die to the venom. That's my metaphor. I'm sticking with it. Dragon tanks moving forward as well. Green is the color of green. The team in the north is the green color because they love cash. They're the color of money, and they have got a lot of it, even though it was just randomly assigned to them. Technicals, are they going for the scout, or are they actually here to do something? They might have been going for the scout. I mean, he's got, presumably, he has radar vans as well, so he doesn't necessarily need the scout. We got a couple of seconds until the nuke, although there is actually a nuke ready on red side. I'm not sure that it really makes any sense for red side to launch a nuke. Scudstorm lands on top of red's base. Everything gets irradiated with anthrax, and that is a dangerous spot to be in. 25 seconds until the last Scudstorm is ready to go, but all 3 nukes are ready to go. Maybe one there, one on top of the airfield to finish off the oil derricks, and then one there just to damage all of those buildings, soften them up. Where did he nuke? Where is it? Nuked his own base. Nuked his own base, the monster. Is he really? Is he gonna nuke his own base again? No, okay. Right on the high ground to clear up the defenses. And then I think the Blues just gave up on his ultimate Air Force plan. Like, what is this, Blues? Come on. Blue balling us with your airfields. That's what his real name is. His name is Airfield Blue Baller. Anyways, this guy builds 8 airfields and then banks 35 grand, which is really just 60 seconds in game to get that 35k. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see just, 40,000 bombing runs from Iron Dragons and have that be the way that the game ended. Not, a couple of nukes, although the nukes were nice. It is funny to nuke your own stuff just because you can, because you're so far ahead that you don't need anything like a nuke even. Battlemaster's trying to hold on. You have to give it to Dimi. He's actually fighting this one out. He's gonna get a couple of these he's gonna get a couple of these dragon tanks. They're not flame tanks, they're dragon tanks. That Iron Dragon just like fired a bomb sideways and basically just fired his own tanks. It didn't actually kill the enemy the way he wanted. Iron Dragons do something! Okay, yeah, bomb out the war factory. That's a good thing to kill. Power plant is the last thing. Nope, there's like 6 more things left in for Dimi. He's got, oh, that's just GAT up there. Power plant is the last thing left in the base, and now we have a couple of buildings here. And red getting torn apart, orange getting torn apart, blues and Elliot making relatively short work of everyone else in the game. Nuke is frozen at 325. War factory goes down. Internet center being burned. Bye-bye to Dimi. And Bye-bye to Atolek. Why did the Dragon tanks turn around? I don't know. But the rocket buggies are going to finish it off. Last volley. There we go. Game over. GG gets called. Blues and Elliott win the 2v2v2 in style. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Sybert, signing out.